AfroBiker.
Warning, this video may cause heart palpitations to qualified mechanics and gnashing of teeth to particular people that live entirely by the book. AfroBiker was born and raised in the bush, and his bush mechanic methods are evident throughout this video. If you have the money, please visit a workshop. Otherwise, if you've depleted your coffers after spending 100 trillion Zimbabwean dollars to buy your Akrapovic exhaust, it's okay to try Afro's way. Viewer discretion is advised.
Okay, so the baffles are out. It was a bit different for this exhaust. I'll put the model number up. That has double rivets. You have them on the carbon fiber end cap, and then you have the other ones that go on the main unit. So what you have are two baffles that go inside there, and because of how awkward it was for me to grind out or grind the ends of the bolt, I just ground the whole thing down, and I had to pull, when the carbon bit was off, I had to pull the stainless steel end cap off as well. So I made this little strap, so it's pretty much just a looped strap with bolts at the end. Yeah, so I had that on both sides of this strap. The zip tie there is just to make sure the bolt doesn't fall out of the loop, and then I pushed these through. Sorry, I've only got one hand, but I pushed these through there all the way in. All the way in until they came out from the other end, and then once they came out like that, while they were still inside the exhaust, I just pulled them, and then it can take a few turns, and then it just held like that from inside. I had it through both baffles, this one and that one, and it made this U shape, which I put around this tree here. And then I had a couple of other straps which are just on the bin there that I hooked one there, and I hooked the other one on the other side of this brace, and I made that go around this pillar. And I slowly just started using the ratchet strap, just tightening it until I couldn't pull anymore, because it felt like the exhaust end cap was reinforced in some way. It could have been with epoxy glue or something like that, because it just felt unusually tight. So anyway, I had that in there, and then I also used some WD-40. I'm sure you can use any lubricant that suits the job. I had the WD-40 in between there, and I removed this. I got it out of the way just to minimize getting scratches on it. And then as I pulled the ratchet, so this is on this side there with the other one. Let me just put that together. Okay, so from the inside of the exhaust, the two baffles should have looked something like that. And then well, maybe a bit more like that. And then this went around the tree trunk. You can find any other thing, you don't need to have a tree. You can find anything else that you can kind of loop around. And then on this other side, I had one hook through here, and then the second hook through the bottom bit through there, and then this part, or if it's not long enough, you just get another strap to lengthen it. That part went around the pillar, and then it was just ratchet till I had tension, and then I kind of wiggled the exhaust and then ratchet a bit more until I couldn't get it any tighter, and then wiggled the exhaust, and then eventually there was this big pop. So if you can have the exhaust resting on a towel or something, you'll minimize scratching. Unfortunately, I didn't foresee that, so I got a couple of scratches on the other side. Or you can just reverse it, where you have the side that goes inside towards the bike is at the bottom. This was a proper struggle, I'm telling you, just getting, because you see that had two bolts that were welded to the housing of this thing. In some of the videos I saw, it only had one, but this obviously has the two for each one of them. So it was very hard to grind down the bolts that were welded there, and the housing itself was like properly stuck to this thing as well. Yeah, after that then I had the struggle of taking these out. So because I pretty much ground them down to the metal, I used the hammer. Where are you, hammer? Over there. I used the hammer. I hit the baffle inside first, just to break the tension that was there. Then I hit it from inside to pop it out. So both of them are out now, and it's just a matter of reassembly. So I hope the riveting goes well. See you in the flip side. So yeah, some people save all this trouble by just getting a bow saw, and then they'll cut the baffle from here. Unfortunately with this one, as you can see there's a welded bolt from the inside of the baffle. You can grind that down if you have like a Dremel or something, which I didn't have. So I tried to use just the tools that I have. I'm sure they're more sophisticated tools specific to this kind of job, but you know, I just thought I'd save money and just do it this way myself. So yeah, and then once the stainless steel cap came out, because these were just ground down to till they were flush on the stainless steel end cap, hammered them in to break the grip, and then I flipped it and then hammered these ends and they popped right out. So I'm pretty sure I can still use them. It looks like Akrapovic have made the removal of these baffles close to impossible on this particular model, but it's definitely achievable. If you have any questions, drop me a comment and I'll be more than happy to help. Let's see how loud it is. About the exhaust.